Daylight, my MVVs, welcome.
Thank God we know where you belong right now. They said the sisters to the Ooni of Ife rains anger on Igbi and Ebony as they disappeared, and we heard that they might be hiding in one of those evil elders' houses. Whether that is true or not, that is the information that we are hearing. And then Delarai, do not forget that most times, I've told you this before, when we do a video, like me, when I do a video, it's a story that maybe happened yesterday or day before yesterday, because we don't get this information like right there and now, okay? And so bear in mind. They said the sisters of the Ooni of Ife, they have expressed their disappointment towards Ebony and Igbi. Now, what happened? Igbi and Ebony, they have events in the palace to attend, as in event to go to, royal events, as in this their engagement, okay? Their names are on the list. They are still wise to the Ooni of Ife. As a matter of fact, Igbi had an engagement to attend with the Ooni of Ife, and the woman don't run comot. Leave engagement, not saying anything, ran and left everything because of immunity. And the sisters are saying, why? Why? Did you just marry for immunity? Did you just marry because of immunity? Removing immunity is just so that you don't get to do anything that you shouldn't do. If you do it, you carry it on your head. So allowing them take away your immunity is almost saying to everybody that, okay, right now I have repented. I'm not going to do any bad thing again. And they said to them that the wisest thing to do under the circumstances is to wait for Kabiyesi to remove that immunity and give him time. Let him see that you have changed. Then he might bring you into the immunity again. But they avoided, they left everything. Not as at for up to like 4 days now. They have not been doing their royal engagement and all of that. Ooni of Ife attended a party last week, and he was supposed to go for that party with one of them. The only person who went for that party was Gospel, because at the time, she had made up her mind that she was going to go ahead and remove her immunity and maybe don't wish hunt anyone again. And she was there. Now, the sisters are saying, if truly the Oloris are inside Ife and they are not in the palace, it means that they are eating and they are dining with the with those who are against the Ooni of Ife. And it is a good thing that they have shown exactly where they belong. Apparently, these are the people who planted them there. They said the mood among the palace servant had even changed noticeably over the past few days. They moved through the hallways quietly, speaking in hushed tones and avoiding eye contact when certain topics came up. The immunity saga involving Ebony and Igbi had not only split the elders, but had also trickled down to everyone in the palace, creating 2 clear camps. Those who quietly sympathize with the women and those who believe the Ooni of Ife's decision should be carried out without delay. The tension grew sharper when word spread that the Ooni sister had openly expressed their anger towards Ebony and Igbi. The sisters, who had largely stayed in the background up until now, made it clear they were tired of the disrespect and drama that had come from the 2 women in a meeting where some senior female figures were present. One of the sisters spoke bluntly, saying, "It's good to know where you truly belong. And by the way you have behaved, it's clear you don't belong on, the side of respect or loyalty to this throne. You really are not loyal to the Ooni of Ife. And if it is true that they are in this Ile Ife, just because, so you got married just because of immunity. Your marriage to our brother is all because of immunity. so that you can stay here and perpetuate all kinds of acts. You made pledge to, humble yourself, to serve with integrity, to be part of the palace. And now, because of immunity, you will not come out. You won't do your royal engagement meetings and everything. You're not showing up again, because you're running away from immunity that Kabiyesi will still take. They said Ooni of Ife's sister word carried weight. She reminded everyone in the room that being connected to the royal household was a privilege, not a right, and that anyone who tried to use that privilege against the Ooni would find themselves without it. Another sister added that disappearing to avoid immunity removal was not an act of courage but of cowardice, and that no amount of excuses could hide the fact that Ebony and Igbi had brought the situation upon themselves, and people should stop, looking for who to blame. Today, this one is blaming Dr. Elizabeth. Tomorrow, that one is blaming Blo Blo. Next tomorrow, this one is blaming this one. Even Blo Blo, they are even blaming Blo Blo. And Blo Blo has said, look, I was there. I've been there. I do this thing, settle. I say head no day, tail no day. This thing go harm me. This thing no go bring peace for me. Now, so I come on my hand, because not be person, they tell person say road too far when you carry load. Now, so I drop my load. And now, how can anyone hold me responsible for what I know nothing about? There's a servants who overheard part of this exchange whispered among themselves later. Some said they had never seen the sisters so direct and united in their stance. Others worried aloud that such strong word might provoke a sharper response from, the Ooni of Ife. Because, when the sisters back him up like this, no be small thing, no. And to know that these women used to be very close to Igbi. Have you noticed that movement before that time they were always together, they do things together? Have you noticed that everything had just slowed down? It's almost as if they are not even there. All because, you sowed seed of discord. You try to hurt a woman who has no business being hurt, a woman who has done absolutely nothing to you. You continue to try and hurt that woman. That is why we are where we are now. They said it is not an easy thing that is going on in the palace of the Ooni of Ife, that the tension, the wahala. In fact, people have seen what they have never seen before. But most importantly is the way that Kabiyesi is standing his grounds concerning this immunity removal. In fact, they say they have never, ever seen Kabiyesi like this before. You see this immunity removal, everybody thought that it was never going to go through. But he is standing. Look at gospel now. Her immunity has been removed. Everybody has now seen how serious this situation is. I'm going to bring him up. Do not forget that these are all alleged, rumored, unverified information making the rounds on social media and should not be seen as fact.